Hi, host Eric here, talking with famous people. And I am super excited to be able to reply to a comment asking me to comment upon something. Now, if you are a fellow ENTP watching this video, you know that we really enjoy having our opinion about shit asked. So anyway, this very nice person named Kasiurfire, who has a boyfriend that is an ENTP. Sounds like Kasiurfire and the boyfriend are younger than I am by probably, I don't know, 20 years or so. Because it says, I'm just guessing that years. It says, I watch you because I have an ENTP boyfriend and I wanted to find out how mature ENTP behaves. Is that me? Am I a mature ENTP? I that leaves me pretty speechless. That is the first time that anybody has ever called me mature in my entire life. uh, but I want to answer the question though that you asked actually, which is um, say something about things that annoy ENTPs in relationship with INTPs. Well, I can tell you a couple of things. One thing that annoyed me was, look, the thing about INTP is that attracts the ENTP in the first place is they lead with introverted thinking, so they're great conversationalists for the ENTP. ENTP and INTP can have great conversations endlessly. What annoys the ENTP is when the INTP expects the ENTP's models and such, or go like what we ought to do, their plan, their projected uh, course of action, to have too many details in it. Like, well, but we don't know this and that and the other thing. Well, that's true, but we have to act as though we do. I found myself personally annoyed by excessive hesitancy to act. A feeling like um, the INTP had to anticipate and had factored in every single possible vector, whereas I always felt as though I wanted to. Well, I got the gist of the big picture here. This is how it's going to play. We'll work out the details on the fly. INTP is not quite so comfortable with that. So, one thing that annoyed me on frequent occasions was the same thing that I liked, which was being tested, like being questioned and held to account for my models and stuff. I liked that a lot, but at a certain point, I also felt as though if we're talking about an actual course of action that needs to be decided upon, then we need to assume that a certain amount of risk is implicit in any decision. Uh, and I found I find INTPs too cautious across the board, and I also find them capable of giving quite a bit of pushback to their ENTP. Um, if you give your ENTP too much pushback, that means, by which I mean, we don't. Okay, look, ENTPs like to argue out these points when we don't care about them. If we do care about something, we just want to have it our way, basically, and we don't really want to have to argue it out. Um, so I would say you can handle crazy people. First of all, INTP. That is the one big advantage you have with us. Is if anybody can handle crazy people, it's you guys. Your NE is fairly high in that stack. It's 3, is it? It's 3, huh? Yeah, it's got to be because you got. Wait, no, is it? Let me think. Well, yeah, it's got to be because it's not 4. It's not. It's not going to be down there. That's not the inverse of TI. So, yeah, it must be 3. Or you guys got extroverted failing way down there in 4. I am surprised that you care enough because you're a fire to try not to annoy your boyfriend. That's very nice of you. Um, you should warn him that at the end of the day, you don't care that much, and that you don't prioritize your feelings very highly, nor the feelings of others, because your FE is in the fourth slot. You're about as considerate of the feelings of others as I am neat and tidy. So, anyway, look, I love the shit out of INTPs. I've got several INTP friends. I've got one of my favorite students is an INTP, and I have a female INTP that I've referred to on a few occasions before that is kind of dormant or maybe extinct volcano, or I don't know about that, but I'll say this: INTP, in my opinion, you're in the driver's seat in this relationship. The INTP is definitely in the driver's seat. The INTP wants to lock that shit down. If your INTP is like me, he wants to probably like get you locked down and marry you real quick, as soon as possible, and then not have to think about the relationship again. And that's one advantage that an ENTP INTP relationship has, is that I don't think either of them feel as though they need to be maintained a lot. I was married to a ESFJ, who was very, very much about controlling and expecting and needing to be maintained a lot. Like, I think a relationship is very important and healthy and good in one's life to the extent that it's consistent with uh, one's expectations for one's own development. So that can be a challenge with non-rationals who see things fundamentally as paying in a different currency than the rationals do. When you're talking about somebody who gets paid off emotionally and spiritually entirely by the interaction with and management of and execution of social group kind of situations with the helping of others, etc. They've got a really well defined script. The INTP does not have so well defined script, but I would warn you personally. I feel as though INTPs need to be careful not to forget that the world changes, data changes, and their models, how carefully they're constructed, how carefully your models are constructed to understand the world. There are occasions when you got to trust that fourth slot. You got to trust the FE, and you got to trust your third slot, your NE. And no, it's got to be your second slot, huh? Oh, you're TINE. You're TINE FE. No, TINE SIFE. Yeah, that's a pretty good stack. TINEFISE. No, TINESIFE. That's cool. That's a good stack because, right, you got a little bit of feeling about other people's feelings. You don't have to go worry about your own feelings like the ENTP doesn't either. They just wash over us and are gone. Probably even more so for you. And then you've got this excellent disrupt function in the second slot where it's your tool function. You go in there and fuck shit up, but it's very purposeful because you're leading with TI. So you walk into any situation, thoughts first. You are processing data. You are justifying whatever conclusions your intuition is giving you. You are executing whatever plan your intuition is suggesting while justifying it. It's all TI driven when you walk into a room. And basically, we're lightning and thunder, the ENTP walks into a room and is already blowing shit up as they put the first step in the door. They're already blowing shit up. And you're standing back there like this. I wish homie there would slow it down a bit, because we could coordinate, we could really do some damage. You know? So, yeah. When it goes right, ENTP, INTP is a match made in heaven. You want to calm down your crazy ass ENTP boyfriend? Good luck. Good luck. If he's young, then I don't know. I mean, I would say get him to smoke a lot of weed. Yeah. Get him to smoke a lot of pot. It helps. It does.